Previously on the season.
Rugby's just a reward for doing all your work in class. You should be in class 5 periods a day, 5 days a week.
Kidding me? Are you kidding?
Oh, you're kidding me. No.
That's the kickers, they've got their tees.
Oh! Yes!
Congratulations, you showed tons of ticker boys. You represented the crest so well.
HP on me, HP!
This is the last eccentric session that we're going to have for the whole block. So today's really your last push to try and bring up some of the strength stuff, try and bring up some of these lifts so we see it next week. What I really want to see, boys, is on the squat, we're hitting failure on that last rep, and I want to see you boys working hard. Cool, let's jump into it. The reason we want to do a little bit of eccentric strength work is mostly around robustness, making sure that they stay healthy for the rest of the season. But another big reason for me is a lot of them are still learning technical lifts, but we do want them to keep some intensity. A little bit faster up, fast as you can. Nice. What set was that for you? What's that? Second set. Heaps in the tank, heaps in the tank. At this stage of the season, we really want to have our aerobic, so our fitness box checked. We want to have our sort of general strength and our movement capabilities checked. Nice, wait for that 5, wait for the 5. Go Credence! Keep it, nice. And explode up! We understand that the window for adaptation is much smaller, so for us sort of moving into where we are now, it's more about keeping primed and get some good power work in so that they feel good and we're not detracting too much from their on-field performances.
Get it, I got you. Easy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No touch, no touch. Get up, get up. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5. Push up. Good.
Put it on the rack or you got it?
Yeah, put it on the rack, put it on the thing. 1, 2, 3.
With this group, they work very hard and they have a very strong mentality. The team culture is fantastic and they're not a group who's ever going to look for ways around doing work, and that's something I always appreciate with these guys.
Let's go Heath. And 1, 2. This is easy after 50s.
Stop tensing, Luke.
So my responsibility was our phase play. And so just looking at our jabs, punches, and different options like crosses and X's. Jabs in the first half we did 5 jabs.
In an effort to further empower the first 15 squad to take responsibility for their on-field decisions, a thorough analysis is conducted by the players for the players.
Analysis is a double-edged sword. If you go and ask a player to watch their own game, you hope that it's about they're looking for the critical few, so the few things that they can take away from that game rather than ball watching. It's such a valuable tool. I think it's something that I think we've got really good at. But you're also looking at a 70-minute game of rugby, and you're only trying to take a few key elements out of that.
So we were 0 from 3 in our first 3 lineouts. Jake was obviously confident with throwing to the back, which we should have continued to use that. Then on our...
It's massive for players. It actually gives them a perspective that they wouldn't feel on the game. As players, they learn differently. So they need to be told, some need to do, some need to see, some need to hear. Some boys are watching an hour and a half a week, some are watching 20 minutes. Our plan going forward is to make that analysis shorter and being really specific back to our players.
Last point though, positive point. How important was Joe Ellie taking 2 kickoffs in the air? Joe Ellie knows that, so he works daily on that. So he knows that that's an area that's important to us and it's an area that he has to get better at. And he was even involved in Guy's try. He actually created Guy. Guy got the glory, but Joe Ellie did all the work. 2 weeks ago, I would bet my whole family, not that they're worth a heck of a lot, but I would bet that Jolie wouldn't have taken those two kickoffs. No, that he would have struggled. Yeah. I hope you all had a good look at that trophy. There's not many trophies with 100 years of history on them. If you've got something with that much history, you need to really enjoy those moments when you put it back in the cabinet.
HP on me, HP! HS!
It's 12:15 at midnight. I'm at the Wagon Wheel in Morrinsville, Wagon Wheel Bakery. My family's been in baking business for quite some time now. It's been a part of their lives, been a part of mine since I was young. And we're just continuing the legacy, really.
I just come in now, I'm trying to get out of it. I'm old enough now to retire, but I can't seem to. I just not ready to let the reins go, I think. Probably 20 years in the family, but Vicky and I have been at it for over 30. Before that, I was a publican. Donuts, rolls, 70 kgs of flour, probably make about 50 dozen pies a day. Everything that's sold in the shop is made here. We make everything from scratch here.
You've got a bit of everything here. I think pies will be out on top of everything. Pies are the main ones that really go. The secret is loving, of course. You put a bit of loving in and away you go.
Like all family businesses, the hours of 9 to 5 don't apply, and the challenges of a heavy rugby training schedule are only too familiar.
I just try to get as much sleep as I can. The hours are pretty tough. I've been helping out for a while, since I was young as well, coming in for a little bit, trying to help out where I can.
So we try and make it as easy as we possibly can for him. Even though sometimes he's got to go to training, he's got to come in and help me sometimes, you know, and he'll ring nearly every morning and he'll say, are you all right, and things like that.
Well, he's gone from leaps and bounds here. He was a bit shy at the start, but now he's into it. And between him and his uncle, they might do something with the business, I don't know.
Hopefully, he's going to do a career, and I'm hoping to put him through a baking course if he wants to. Sometimes he used to work during the day here doing coffees. He found that really boring because it was with all the girls. I don't know why. Some of them were really pretty.
You have to pull this over, Ben, otherwise it's going to leak out. Pull that over there. Just run your top over it, eh?
This is my last year at Hamilton Boys. So I came back a year as year 14. So this year's pretty important to me. I want to finish off high school rugby out with a bang.
It's just the culture of that school, it's incredible. It's run like a semi-professional, how they train and all that. I put it all down to Nigel Hotham. I think the records have improved since Nigel's taken over. But he's a lovely man, Nigel. I better not say too much, you'll get a big head.
Not many people or schools train like we do. I don't know, we just got high expectations, so always trying to do our best.
His scrummaging is very good, and his around the field has improved immensely in the last couple of years since he's been with Boys High, and there's a lot more aggression in him now than what there was, which I like. I'm the old school, of course.
Whether it's work, school or sport, Vincent Green is getting a head start on life experience.
When they go out in that big wide world, they've worked. Nearly every young one I have here, they don't know how to sweep a floor because their mother and father have done it for them. By the time they leave here, they know how to sweep a floor. People go, oh, it's easy to sweep a floor. Well, it's not really. Not when you're holding the handle like this and they're going like this.
Where's Blair Murray gone?
He's supposed to be in that team, eh?
Yeah. Credence. Do you know where Blair Murray's gone? Not playing rugby. Because he's unreal.
He's still rated #1, eh?
Yeah, he's a mean rugby player.
Yeah.
He got Liam last year pretty good. Oh, you wouldn't have seen that?
Nah, I was knocked out.
Much can be uncovered in a team's ability to play by the manner in which they train, and Boys High have a reputation of leaving no stone unturned in their game preparation.
Well, we train really long hours, so we know what we're doing. It's just a real effective way of getting our game together.
I think it's just training like we're going to play. If you're going to train average and be lethargic and like walking around just going through the motions, then it's going to show on the field.
This kicking stuff's going to be all good, eh? AFL.
That's mean. That's a mean sport, I reckon.
Giving everything and doing everything as if it was a game, trying to make the least mistakes and trying to just do everything in your ability to give your best to the team.
Another training methodology is variation and diversity. And today, it comes with an Aussie twang.
Rugby players usually kick up holding the ball a little differently, so a cross-body or kick across their body. So just initially peeling that back and getting them to think about aligning their body to target, keeping their centre of balance nice and still. I want to see you actually explode out and take off, not just kind of a couple of steps. We ready? It's breaking of some habits for some older ones that have been kicking the one way for a long time. But if we could just start to creep a little bit of that stuff into it, they'll usually get a little bit more control in their kicking. Keep straightening yourself up and your toes pointing to the target every time. It's really good. Good, well done. Even though you're a left footer, you just squared yourself up. The old double-handed drop's a favourite one in rugby, but just actually trying to get a little bit more of a guided drop on the ball. Great kick. Everyone got a footy at home. If you can master kicking the ball 10 metres, you can master kicking it 40. Bringing in another bit, if you can master kicking the ball to yourself, so it's instant feedback. Straight up, catch it, good kick.
So this is the time to be up tempo, boys. New Plymouth will challenge you with tempo. Okay, we look like we're half asleep. 5. Good take, Ned. Good work. Move.
While it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a collective of coaches to master the detail of the set piece.
When I ask for an effective line-out, I ask for 4 to 5 to 6 players at a time, sometimes 8, doing something really well for 1 to 2 seconds. And by doing that, you can actually gain possession or take possession away from an opposition.
Crouch. Bind. Sit. Nice hit, that's better. Nice, keep it on.
Scrums really just starts with everyone just doing their first job. So the loosies, front row, the locks, all just really buying into the scrum and not worrying about what's happening second. Focusing on that scrum and try and get some positive movement going forward.
Keep it straight. Let's go, Mace, work your side. Sit. Good hit.
Squeeze.
That's it, nice one. Squeeze on, and break.
Not sure, I'll run through tomorrow though. I think tonight's like captain's round. Tonight's captain's round. Tonight's captain's round.
What works is when we nail down some facts. So rather than talking generalisations, scrums went well, because that all those words mean absolutely nothing to a player. Went well or not well. It's like they want to hear, you tell me some facts. If you're saying that lineouts didn't go well, then you tell me some facts. So when Luke stands up and goes, half time we're sitting on 25% success and we get 75 in the second half, that actually means something to everyone. I'm thinking Huck's letting Credence do phase play.
He's quite smart, like.
Yeah, he's way smarter than you think, that most people think. And he actually wants to do some work. I think he actually wants to sit at this table. But he knows my reservations about that as well.
They're pretty unpredictable, New Plymouth.
Yeah, they are. They're a dangerous beast. Theme, voice, ideas? Sure, Liquor.
I don't know if it's very good, but...
Back yourself. It's better than Luke White's one at the moment. His one is the pass it to you.
Our blood, our sweat and your tears.
Meaning yours, New Plymouth?
Yeah, like this.
So where's your thoughts come around this?
Just like around the talking and the one-on-one tackles and the lineouts, like putting in the deep work so we can ace that.
When you give the theme and we write it on the whiteboard, that's one thing, but it's definitely not as strong as this is what it means now. So what would we back that up with? So what did you just say then?
The one-on-one tackles, the line out and the talk.
Would we bring voice into that? Our focus on voice this week?
Yeah. Definitely.
Our blood, our sweat, your tears. You know, boys, this is going to put a lot of pressure on the rest of you to come up with something from here on in. Do you think Heath...
Once the theme for the week has been determined, the conversation moves quickly onto a tricky area of discussion, team selection, where friendships and family connections need to be cast aside in favour of performance.
What about at 9, boys? Take any relationship to the coach out of the equation. What's your thoughts around Nui versus Noah?
After a run, that's when you really notice it, that his pass is getting up. But he's still got a nice pass on him. It's just when he gets fatigued, I guess.
And that's why I think both of them will play. All games, we'll look at playing both of them. It is that high aerobic position where they're going to blow themselves out. Okay, that's us.
For the last 15 years, Hamilton Boys High School First 15 has been the dominant force in a Super 8 competition full of traditional rugby giants.
There's a lot of competition around the North Island, especially playing in the Super 8. You know, there's quite a few big schools. There's a lot of good competition out there, which is challenging for us, but it's always a good opportunity to run against teams like that.
Its brutal format allows for no margin of error, with even less room for failure.
I think taking one game at a time, not looking ahead to the games to come, not dwelling on the things you've done wrong or done right. You look at it for a day or two and you move on, you prepare for the next game.
You reckon we do like bench press?
Yeah,
and like
squat.
Yeah, squat. We'll go heavy. Maybe, yeah, I reckon we just do like basic bench press and like, I don't know, core or something.
Go, mix it.
Just 4, you can pump it out. 4, nice. I've never squatted 100 properly. Yeah.
In the chilly bite of a Waikato morning, 2 unlikely characters with entirely different roles in the boys' high story put in the extra miles.
I've moved to Hamilton Boys this year from New Plymouth Boys, where I spent the last 3 years of high school. I've moved here because of sport, mainly rowing, but while I'm here, I thought that I'd love to give my rugby a try and try to be the best I can at both. I haven't squatted this heavy in a long time. How many is it, 4? Yeah.
I came here for rugby. I knew New Zealand is the best country for rugby. I learned a lot of things, commitment, because New Zealand training is like more intense, short time, but intense.
Did you wake up and hear the rain?
Yo.
I woke up, it was going hard. This season, I would like to just play good rugby and improve as a player.
I'm prepared for first 15, and we wanna win tournament, like top 4.
Then we'll do 6 inches off. 1, 2.
Kimura played a small role in the previous game versus Grammar, but McNutt has added motivation to get onto the field this week.
Well, of course, I played for New Plymouth Boys last year in the first 15 and the second 15 and under 15, so it's quite important for me to actually play a lot of the boys that I've played alongside for the last few years, and it'll be interesting to hopefully play against them. I left on good terms because they all know that it was mainly for rowing, so I think that they'll obviously want to hit me and want to hurt me just for the fact that it's me and I used to play with them, but I don't think it's any bad thoughts towards me. Yep. Group Bricky. Are there any rugby games this weekend? The team here is just so consistent in being the top. It's always one of the best teams in the country. It's always in the Super 8 top 4. It's so well known for being so dominant in its performance. How come you didn't come to recovery yesterday? That's bad leadership, bro. It was for first 15 squad and you're in the first 15 squad. I didn't even play and I went to it. I better not be on the bench for New Plymouth, because I want to face the boys. To be fair, my pre-season hasn't been the greatest because my rowing took the whole term up for me, so it was only until the holidays that I could actually start mentally preparing for rugby. So I've only been about 5 weeks in
whereas all the other players have been about a term and 5 now.
ハミルトンボーイズハイスクールはとてもインターナショナルの生徒を受け入れることがとてもしっかりしていて、とても学びやすい環境にあるのと、素晴らしいジムやフィールドがたくさんあったりとかして、素晴らしい環境の中で生活できていることがとてもいいと思います。昨日の試合どうやった？あんま出てなかった。日本のラグビーはとても速いんですけど、ニュージーランドの方がもっとコンタクトが強かったりとか、あとラグビーも大人なスーパーラグビーとかに近いような大人なラグビーをしていると思います。
The transition for both players has been eased by the close-knit impact of the school's boarding community.
Obviously when you're in a hostel you get a lot of close friends really quickly, so that's obviously been like really nice and a real good help. As well as rugby and rowing, I've made a lot of friends through that, as it's just such a open and inviting program.
ニュージーランド人の特徴は誰でも気軽に話しかけてきてくれたり、逆に日本人やったらあんまりそういうのが少なかったりするんですけど、ニュージーランド人にいろんな人が話しかけてくれたり、先生ともコミュニケーションが取りやすいのでとてもいいと思います。
But I have training tomorrow morning and I really want to go because I want to play on Thursday against Plymouth. So I want to do everything I can to get into the team. I was going to stay with Heath, but I can't stay with him anymore.
But even with a big game approaching, there are certain housekeeping tasks to prioritise.
I'm on the phone to my mum, sorry.
Yeah, hang up, please.
So important. I'll call you back, Mum. That towel.
Yeah, towels on the floor, underwear on the floor, underwear hanging up on the top.
Yeah, so what is our plan? I'll message him and say, sorry sir, I can't make training tomorrow, but I'll put a post up and I'll definitely do a gym session Saturday and Sunday. 4 o'clock today. Okay. I'll catch an Uber or something. Love you too. Bye. Anyone want to play some UFC?
Next time on the season.
Creed, make sure those Ford set good off you. Yeah, Creed! Oh, holy. Send them off!
Could be a Fijian injured. Just talk to Creed and say, Logan, what a crap pass that was.
He's been playing out of his skin, eh? I almost kissed you.
For more information on Hamilton Boys High School, go to hbhs.school.nz.